I'm Steve West, professional hunting consultant, and these are my adventures. With at least 5 more days of hunting left, I turned my attention to mule deer. This property's been managed over the last 20+ years to become an incredible mule deer destination. Following the hard winter kills in the early 90s, it took well over a decade for the resident mule deer populations to recover. And now, because of the conservation efforts of Dick Dodds, his mule deer population and trophy quality are top-notch. Unfortunately, Colt had to go guide other hunters, but I was in for a treat. I was going to be hunting with guide Tony Booyer, who is also the general manager and an avid mule deer fanatic. The mule deer hunt is done mostly by cruising miles and miles of open sagebrush and wheatfield country, blasting for mule deer. We had fresh snow and severely cold weather. The deer would bed most of the night and through early morning, but when the sun came up, they would get out and get active. The rut was in full swing, and bucks were chasing does everywhere.
Mule deer on the move. Found some elk bedded up here, 6x6 and a 4x4 bull. But, the sun's starting to pop up, all the deer standing up, getting warmed up, kind of getting some sunshine. Rut's in full swing, everybody's going bananas. Oh man, it's just colder than all get out. I can hardly wait for the temperature to jump up about 10 or 15 degrees, make it a little more bearable. What we're doing here today is we're hunting via vehicles. Covering a lot of country, and we're hunting 120,000 acres. We're down in the low country where primarily we're after mule deer, but the elk are moving down here into the winter range. Pocket full of tags, but we use the vehicles to cover a lot of country, do a lot of glassing, and hopefully we'll be able to locate a couple of great big bucks before the end of the day.
We probably looked at an honest 25 to 30 bucks a day. Some were big, some small, and some in between. We even helped a couple of my clients take 2 big bucks, but that's for another show. On the last day of our hunt, Tony and I were cruising out to a 27,000 acre parcel of the ranch that had been largely unhunted because it was so remote.
Well, we were going west of the camp about 30 to 40 miles, got up in there, and it's just full of sagebrush, rolling hills, and cedar trees. Just got in there, we hadn't been there for 15, 20 minutes, I bet you, and got down in there, and we had 2 different trucks, and so I went down into this little gully in the truck, and I seen some does over to our right, and I didn't see no bucks, so I went up to the top of the hill, looked back in my rearview mirror, and Steve had stopped, and I ran back down to where his truck was and started looking, and all of a sudden we seen this beautiful buck.
I stopped the truck and put the binoculars on him. To this day, I still can't believe what I saw. I knew he was big. I knew he had extra points, but the antler colors blend in pretty well with the sagebrush, and the sun glare was pretty bad. We had to get another angle and put the spotting scope on. We put the spotting scope on him, and it took me like, I don't know, half a second to decide he was the one. He was huge. Now I just had to overcome buck fever. I'd been hunting mule deer for over 25 years in several states and 2 Canadian provinces. And while I'd taken some pretty respectable bucks, this was by far going to be the best deer I'd ever had a chance to harvest. And I was pretty jacked up.
Yeah, we found a big buck. He has a really good cheater on him. Just right over this drainage, he's chasing a doe. He don't even care that we're here. So Steve and I are going to walk down this drainage a little bit, see if we can get a good shot. He's a really good, heavy buck with 2 or 3 cheaters on him. He's great, so we're going to go see what we can do.
Stay with us, folks. After the break, Steve stalks to within range of a giant muley in Colorado.
couldn't believe what I was seeing. It was just playing out right in front of me. This buck was dogging this doe right at us. I had him in the scope all the way from 250 yards to 143 yards. The Eliminator laser scope told the range and gave me the dot.
I smoked him. Yeah! Oh, yeah!
That was a fuck of a lifetime right there, baby. Woo!
That is how you range it? Yeah! Woo! Yeah!
That's a buck that you were looking for, wasn't it?
Right off the bat.
Oh man, he's wider than I thought he was, man. He is just a buck, man.
When you said I shot under him, I was like, no. I put the red dot on him, man.
My bad.
I ranged him. We had him like 250. He just kept coming around following that doe. Pow, pow. You know, I kept going ding, yardage, ding. 143 yards. I was like, what's there? Yes, I put it right on him and smoked him. He said I shot low. No.
Well, the way he jumped up, and I'm like, then when he turned and he started running away from the doe, I said, no.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. Yes.
Is that what you've been looking for all these years?
Oh man. That is what it's all about. Right there.
Man, look at that cheater. That's what we've seen right here. It's amazing.
And those two over there.
Yep. Look
Big
at those brow
brows.
tines.
Yeah.
He's wide.
I mean, I've been hunting mule deer my whole life, literally. I've never got a deer like that. Got really fortunate. This buck was just in the perfect spot. The sun was on him. And I mean, I'm almost kind of speechless because it was an awesome hunt. We looked at him a lot in the spot and scope. We had a chance to get set up on him. We filmed him for a long time. It was just a lot of fun. Tony.
It was a privilege.
My hunt was a typical experience that anyone should expect. The guide staff is outstanding. Their equipment is in perfect working order. The accommodations and meals were far better than average. And of course, the hunting is world class. In fact, if you would like to book this hunt for yourself, give our office a call. The toll-free number and website address are listed on the screen, and we're always available to take your calls and answer your questions. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for this week's show. But please remember to join us again next week for another exciting episode of Steve's Outdoor Adventures.